Every single day, you are making a choice. You are either feeding the king inside you or you are feeding the slave. Most men are actively feeding the slave. They wake up without a plan. They react to the first notification on their phone. They negotiate with their alarm clock, and they let their fleeting moods dictate their output. They want the lifestyle of the top 1%, but they retain the habits of the bottom 90%. They think that someday a magical wave of motivation will hit them and change their reality. But the law of the universe is cold. The universe does not reward desire. It only responds to structure. If you want to step into the role of the apex strategist, you must execute your weakest self. To delete your weak self means to look at your daily routines with the cold, clinical eyes of a business auditor. You must stop identifying with your excuses. The version of you that gets tired, the version of you that needs social approval, the version of you that fears discomfort, that version must be treated as an enemy combatant. It must be systematically starved of attention, starved of comfort, and replaced by an unyielding mechanical standard. 1 o'clock to 2:15. Part 2. The Roman Embassy of the Mind. When Marcus Aurelius sat in his military tent at night, writing the words that would survive for thousands of years, he wasn't trying to create an inspiring quote for the public. He was fighting for his mental survival. He was surrounded by an empire facing economic ruin, an uncontrolled plague, and political treachery. He wrote to himself, "Wipe out the impression. Stay in control of your impulses, quench your desire, keep your mind sovereign." He understood that the external world can only conquer you if your internal defenses are compromised. He built a fortress inside his mind that no crisis could breach. You must build the same structure. If a bad text message can ruin your working hours, your fortress is built of sand. If a market shift can make you abandon your business plan, you have no anchor. The apex strategist does not look at a crisis and ask, "Why me?" He looks at the chaos and asks, "What is the next tactical move?" He separates his emotions from his execution, converting raw pressure into calculated leverage. 2:15 to 3:30. Part 3. The secret of the reclaimed asset. Your time is not a social currency. It is your primary capital. Yet you treat it like it's infinite. You lend your ears to people who have no direction. You donate your focus to apps designed to harvest your dopamine. And you give your energy away to arguments that yield zero profit. This is a form of financial and spiritual bankruptcy. While you are busy being accessible and polite, the elite are busy closing the gates and compounding their assets. The code of the apex strategist requires you to implement a strict embargo on your attention. Go dark on the things that do not multiply your strength. When you stop responding to every casual invitation, when you stop filling the silence with small talk, and when you cut out the social filler, you reclaim a massive volume of intellectual energy. This reclaimed asset is what you use to master your technical skills, optimize your revenue models, and build an independent reality. You don't need to be liked by the herd. You need to be undeniable to the market. 3:30 to 4:45. Part 4. The strategy of the unblinking eye. The modern matrix thrives on your division. It wants your mind fragmented between 1,000 different screens, opinions, and temporary outrages. A fragmented mind is easily manipulated, easily managed, and easily defeated. The master operates with the strategy of the unblinking eye. He picks his target, whether it is financial independence, mental mastery, or physical dominance, and he locks his gaze onto it with predatory intensity. He does not blink for the trends. He does not blink for the critics. When you hold your focus this deeply, you become an anomaly in the modern world. People will think you are obsessed. They will think you are cold. They will think you have lost your balance. Let them think what they want. Balance is a luxury for the content. Obsession is the requirement for the titan. Your absolute devotion to a singular vision creates a momentum that breaks through any obstacle. You stop trying to balance your life around the expectations of ordinary people, and you force your environment to adapt to your pace. 4:45 to 6. Part 5. The Sovereign Code. Stop looking for shortcuts to a kingdom. Stop waiting for the path to become smooth before you decide to run. The friction you experience today is the exact resistance needed to build your muscle. Your winter is your workshop. Your isolation is your strategy. Raise your standard until it isolates you from the mediocre. Hold your ground, keep your circle microscopic, and let your execution speak for your identity. Continue to grind in the hours when the rest of the world is asleep or distracted. Let them have the temporary summer of applause and short-term pleasure. Your target is eternity. Build your empire block by block in absolute secrecy, and let the sheer scale of your results be the only announcement you ever make to the world. Delete the weak self. Birth the strategist. This is the eternal mindset. If you are ready to execute your excuses, rule your focus, and build an unbreakable empire, subscribe to the eternal mindset. Join the few who choose the path of the master. Stay calm, stay cold, and execute in silence.